Hello, everyone, and welcome to Zelda ZSR Main. We've got another Zelda Randomizer Max Random Tournament 2023 match here. So it's round 3 between jkoper and MiRai. I'm starting with me on comms tonight is Patrick. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to a good race.
Me as well. Should be a good one here between our two runners, both longtime runners in the community, both 2-0 as well. So we'll see how this one goes. Anything particular you might want to see in this particular seed?
I'd like to see some challenges. Low health or low lives. Both these guys are really good. Um, Seeing anything like that should be pretty interesting, I think. What about you?
Myself, I'd be open some things. Wacky maps is always fun. I would like to not see two Dried Canyons again. Yeah, had one of those race recently where it was two Dried Canyons on both the west and the east, and it turned into a bit of a snooze fest as a result.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a block or something somewhere where you need to strategize or where routing becomes important.
Yep. So you get them ready up, and we should be off shortly. And let's go to, if you haven't already, give our two runners a follow, jkoper and MiRai, and let's give more Hatchick here a follow. Gives himself an active Z2R runner, as I need room to give you the commentator role whips. Where did I stick the thing? And Patrick's also doing a tracking tonight, since he got a small bit of select crew for this one. There we are. Well, we'll see what kind of fun we've got for the night. Alright, as we did take a look in this seed before we started, and it is a glove start. We'll see what else they start with, but we do have a glove start. And then we'll see. I personally haven't looked at the map at all, and we'll see the items and spells. Nothing I can really comment on for this hash. It's a hash. That's complete gibberish. So there's that. Hope everyone in chat's doing well. The second race of the day. We've got a third one coming up just after this at 10 p.m. And we're off.
78 IQ. High. It's actually is more comprehensible than most hashes.
Maybe, I guess. So we're going. This is a four gems, 2 lives, 3 hearts, glove, and jump here to start with. As I think this is either this looks meant vanilla-like here.
Yeah, it looks like we're definitely blocked somewhere on the north side. So yeah, vanilla-like for sure.
I think we started kind of in the northwestern or northeastern corner-ish. Thought we were more in the middle of the map, but we seem to be going a bit further south than I thought. We've got Saria kind of down here in the south middle part of things. Oh, and that's a game over for Koper already. Ouch.
Yeah, he found a lovely encounter with a blue gorilla and a red Dyrus surrounding him. Did not last long.
That kind of Saria here. We've got Reflect in Saria. I don't even know where the other end of Saria is. Apparently, whatever body of water that is enormous because I can't see the other end of Saria across it. I just know it's somewhere across that body of water. Cooper's heading west of start, I think. Here's death number 1 on this life for MiRai. Death 2 will be a game over. Might be in this lovely encounter. It does get out of it in one piece. And here's Trophy Cave. Cooper finding Stonehenge with the Eddie key in it. That's a very nice find. And there's a raft from Rye as well. Here in Trophy Cave, we've got that's either a vanilla-like or mountainous east, and I'm leaning towards mountainous. Ouch.
And boot blocked, no less.
Either boot block or just straight up dead-ended. Yeah, I'm not sure which. Can't tell because that small lake blocks everything. Find another random cave on the west. Cobra's just gonna head straight back there as well, because he can't do a thing in this east. Here's a palace up in the northwestern end of the map for Koper, which is P4, as that's a game over number 1 for MiRai. And gonna take this bridge just... Nope, taking a look at the bridge just east of Start and decides nope. And this is a 4-jumper trails, yes, with a very, very fast Karok. Koper decides, yeah, nope, I'm out of here.
Yeah. No, Reflect is on the other side of the Saria Bridge, so we can't get it quite yet.
Nope. Looks like we've got another palace up here, even further northwest than P4, and that's either 3 or 6, with a pretty bright shade of yellow on this one. There's a key block at the end of that, down at the end of that elevator. MiRai's back to Start again. No, Cobra's absolutely looking for boots. He knows it's vanilla-like West, and those tend to require boots for some amount of traversal. It's also a pretty confusing one to navigate at the moment on MiRai's end. He would also like, and he also knows that the East is probably boots locked and or just a straight up dead end, in which case you need to find a different connector to get there. Sometimes the continental connector just ends up completely dead ending, especially in mountainous biomes, and then you have to find a different one to get to that continent. Key block's not an issue for him because I forgot he does have that any key, but that's a glove block. Which doesn't matter either because they have the glove too. Whoops. MiRai is somewhere in the... Okay, back to this cave, which he game overed in earlier, looking for that item. Just a 20-point P-bag. That's not helpful there for Koper.
This is a really unfriendly seed to start.
Yeah, MiRai looks very, very, very unhappy about that death he just took in that cave. Jack can't see it, but we can see his face cam and Koper's as well, and MiRai was not thrilled. He did get a one-up from somewhere.
Cat in there. Those are always awful in the dark.
Yeah. And, well, that's a candle, so that'll help, and you can at least see what's hitting you. Oh yeah, having even just one more life would really help. 2 life seeds are always rough, as there's another item cave from MiRai. That's our third of the seed. We've seen 2 item caves already, plus Stonehenge. Got 2 outstanding. We're also missing 1 palace in 3 of our towns. We don't particularly need to find Rando, as that we started Reflect from that slot, but Rauru and Mito might be good to find, especially because we don't have downstab start. Also, yeah, we thankfully don't have a 1 heart start to go with the 2 lives, otherwise that would just be extra sucky. Nice one up from Koper. Have you seen windows in this palace yet, Patrick?
I haven't yet, no.
I didn't think so either. And decides, yeah, I'm gonna leave this 3 or 6 behind for now. Okay, that is the far northwestern corner. It's always good to know roughly where the boundaries of the map are, just so you know, don't make sure you don't actually leave something on the edges of the map that's easy to forget, or in the middle of the map, because that happens too. Magic Jar is nice for MiRai. I haven't seen how much jump costs, but that's
47 at Magic 1. And Koper's found Heart Container Cave with a red Dyra. So he could definitely use that candle.
Yeah, for sure. Gonna use the palace here to up and get his life back. MiRai getting a 1-up from this cave as well, speaking of, is on absolutely 0 health.
That's gonna be helpful. I think this might be our last cave, right? With Koper?
Yeah, between them, I think these are the last 2 item caves. I don't think we saw this one from MiRai earlier. That's a death for Koper. Not sure he's gonna be able to survive long enough to get through to that item when he thinks the same thing. We have a town just north of that, kind of on the middle end of the northern coast. Mito is ferrying it. Oh, great. We need to go find the medicine today. Just added to the scene's problems. Go west to find the raft. That's vaguely useful for Cooper, at least. He hasn't found that yet. I think MiRai's on that bridge right by Start, which will lead us to somewhere down in the southeastern part of the map. Nope. That's a dead end. Yay! That does confirm that the southern half of the map is down there is, well, the vanilla-like west does vanilla-like things, and the southwestern and southeastern quadrants are both completely separated by a ginormous bay. Don't know if they're hard moves lock yet, but that's fun.
Yeah, they maybe get pushed into, go west to find the medicine, so that means it's probably in, Magic Container or Heart Container Cave.
Yeah, one of those two caves they were in at the same time earlier. Neither of them got through it. Here's a raft tile, speaking of, in the northeastern part of the map. Lovely. And here's our last palace, and, that's GP. Next to it is Rando, so, yep, confirms that's job. You start with it. You don't need to do anything else in here. And there's Rauru 2. Back in the fairy cave. Or he's in a pastor cave somewhere. Don't quite catch where he's at. Still kind of in the middle of the map, I think. Spells in Rauru. Okay, so we've got Dash, Life, Thunder, and Dash, Life, Thunder, and the Shield spell over on the east today. Alright, back in this item queue, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, having the candle is really paying off from MiRai. Just can get lucky sometimes picking the direction you start off in.
Oh, boots is our final item on the list. Very nice. We need those. MiRai doesn't know that yet. He hasn't seen the cave to the east, but jkoper does.
Yeah, with that and medicine here, MiRai's gonna just be completely unlocked, I think.
I think so too, yeah, he just... Boots should also open up the southern end of the map some, since I'm not sure if it's hard boots lock, but it sure looks like it's at least practice. It sure looks like it's gonna make be a lot easier with boots, as there's the medicine, yep. Cooper is still up on the northern end of the map here, which we know isn't gonna help him too much, unfortunately. Gonna find King's Tomb, which does not have a hint for us. But Cooper needs to head down south here, check out those item caves, get his candle. Go back to get his crafting boots as well, because he's missing a few items. He's got better exploration to the north, but he's behind on the items and on southern exploration. This basically went nowhere, I think. Yeah. I was hoping it would lead somewhere more useful, but it doesn't. We're not getting the raft hint. I've noticed, too, that some of the only P-back drops I've seen from enemies are the 20s. So I think we've seen a couple 150s, but not very healthy experience drops today.
Unfortunately, some of the enemies in the palace seem like they're dropping good palaces, or good point amounts. I think the red iron knuckles were 200 and blue stalfos 150.
Yeah, that's not too bad then, assuming you can survive them. Cooper, you probably should obey here, honestly. I don't think he's getting anything else out of this northern part of the map at this point. He's seen the palaces, he's seen the towns, he's seen the item caves and the connector cave, the connectors up here. He probably should get out of here. He isn't exceptionally close to a level either. It needs another 189. I'll make that a bit less, but I'm taking it. MiRai is also up here, up in the north, but he has the items to get around and get off this continent as well, either by way of the continent, the cave to the east, or by that raft tile to wherever that goes to. And okay, that's 8 deaths, not a game over yet for Cooper. Right now up in this northwestern corner, so he's gonna find the palaces. He's gonna find the 2 palaces in reverse order from how Cooper found them, and then find that cave to the east.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that Cooper kind of needs to get a move on these. Like in these 2-0 races, you have to be a little more uncomfortable, I think, with how you play, and kind of be prepared to go lower levels and give up a bunch of experience if it means advancing more. Just not sure I like his strategy right now.
Yeah, all he's really doing is grinding for levels. Nice one up for MiRai, because he's done the exploration at this point. And this encounter is really not giving him much of anything. Item and okay, that's a hammer for MiRai out of this bright yellow palace 3 or 6. I don't think we need that on the west. We've seen all the item caves at least, but it might be necessary on Death Mountain potentially if we have to go in there for any reason. We don't know if we need a flute for the east. We don't know if we might need a trophy or a child to go get thunder, for instance. That death hurts. This is a 4-jumper, but I don't think that's their primary concern at the moment. There's finally Cobra's level. Please get out of here. 83 spell is not really going to be a thing in Magic 2 right now. Oh, and that is another death for Cooper. Did get a 1-up, so he's not down to his last life yet. Was this the candle? I don't remember quite which cave was which at this point.
Boots.
That'll be a good one. Missed this earlier, but he did pick up Down Stab when he was in the Meadows. That does help a little with combat. I was just gonna try and clear out this 3 or 6 completely. I don't know if Fairy is castable presently at Magic 2. I haven't seen his menu in a minute. But he does at least have it. He's also getting close to another level.
Yeah, fortunately with the Aniki, they're not going to really be relying on Fairy unless there's a hard block, so they can get into the palaces right now.
There's a 150 P-back for Cooper. MiRai is trying to take out this Iron Knuckle. There we are, and that's his... It's gonna take life 5, yeah. That's a dead end. There's medicine for Cooper, so that'll get him his fairy when he gets back there.
Do you remember if MiRai saw the raft tile while he was in the north?
I don't know if he actually walked over to that bit of the map. No, I'm not sure he has. I still have no idea which of 3 or 6 this is. It's good looking kind of long, so it might be 6, but no windows, no bot.
Yeah, the quick item makes me suspect 3, but yeah, who knows?
Yeah, that's true. 325 now from MiRai. Here's Fairy for Cooper. palace just keeps on going for MiRai. Yikes. Grab that 500 point P bag. Very nice. Just needs another 115 for his next level. Which he should be able to get soonish. They're not going to bother fighting the Iron Knuckle. Good choice. And Coper's... Coper, I think you found that Pastor Cave earlier. That's going to get you nowhere. Yeah, Coper, just go back south. That's where you need to go. You've done everything you can up here. Unless you really want to go back into this bright yellow palace, I would suggest going somewhere else. He has tried to dig into this bright yellow through your 6-stat success. He took a look in 4 earlier and found the fast Karok, and I think that blocked the rest of the palace. Might be wrong. So he's not doing that either. And then GP's last palace north. And alright, finally, Coper is going somewhere that's not north. Using those boots, I'm gonna get around the south a little faster than MiRai did, at least. I'm curious what's all down here, because we did not see most of this place. That's a dead end for MiRai.
Yeah, he's on his last life and just trying to get that extra 13 experience for an attack level.
So, if you can survive, that blue iron knuckle might be enough. Yeah. And, oh, no. And there's the front end of Saria now for Coper. That's Reflect for him. So here's the thing, MiRai has seen a pretty good chunk of this through 6. He's just game over, but he's seen a lot of room. For the bosses, it's pretty deep, but he's also seen a lot of it, so I think it might still be worth just going back in for the gem, just since you've already been here so much. There's only so much of this place left, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely better to get in here while it's fresh in your memory.
Yeah.
He's probably hoping that it's 6. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say he's probably hoping that it's 6 at this point just to get an easier boss at the end.
Yeah, that is true. Rebo can be pretty tricky, while Barva, as long if you know the safe strats, isn't quite as bad. We still don't know which one this is. No sign of windows. Obviously, haven't seen the boss. Cooper should. Okay, there's a bridge tile in the far south, far southwest, leading to a really funky looking segment of this east. Yipes. You also get a look at the Valley of Death from the northern side. Has to go through an encounter here to get over to this cave. I don't know if this is the Passer Cave or an item cave, but Cobra's trying to get there. And, oh, that's a cave to Maze Island. That is an interesting connector.
Yeah, I think that's all the connectors. We just haven't seen where the raft goes to. But it has to go to Death Mountain at this point.
It does. We've seen all of our other connectors. And I think that bridge there hiding in the southwest corner of the west is our hard required only access to Maze Island today, which is kind of goofy.
There was another pass-through cave in that area, so you could come in from
Was
the
there?
south.
I thought it was just D2, but I might have missed.
Yeah, there was the transport, and then there was one that was facing south that would have crossed the Death Valley caldera.
Gotcha. Yeah, because that's a pretty goofy spot for this.
Oh yeah, the randomizer did a real good job on this one.
Also, look at this river placement on this Maze Island. Here we're trying to find the items, he's not having any luck whatsoever. Never mind, there's one. And it's the cross. Womp womp. That's not helpful.
It was the second jar that MiRai's gotten when he would have otherwise had a attack level.
Yeah. Yeah, even the cross isn't the worst to find in melee. Trails does have some point on 2 lives and 3 hearts. Because their survivability is a huge problem for these two today. They've died a lot. They've also game overed a few times each. There's the other item for Koper. Hopefully you can actually survive long enough to get to the item, because this is the one that you need to go walk a bit for. And that's a child. That's handy. It is a 1 in 4 chance that gives us Thunder. Could also be Life or Shield, both of which would be very nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if either of these guys will pick up life. They normally wouldn't, just to save time, but with 2 lives, Great Palace can be really difficult.
Yeah, sure can. Let's see, where's that raft hiding at for Koper? Because he might need it. Not guaranteed at this point, he might. Also, I think this is a 6 just from how long MiRai's been in here, because he's still in here. And that's confirmed. Hi, Barba.
I think the only way we can require the raft at this point would be if the flute is blocking the town with thunder.
I think so, yeah. Because I think we do have everything else we need.
Yeah, we already have the trophy by default, so there's not much else we would need.
Yeah, true. Forgot we started with the spell from Rando again. Oops. Yeah, Barba's finally down for MiRai. That was a very, very long dig. That's gonna be 700 points, which will allow him to get, not sure what that 1800 is. Either attack 5 or life 6, I think. That should be handy. That's also our first gem on the board. Okay, that is life 6. Here at 24 minutes, and MiRai's finally out of here. There's Magic Jar for Koper, so he's only now missing his candle from the west as MiRai CSP4. And I think he's gonna go look for continental connectors. I do wonder... Oh, we don't even know that Maison is necessarily required. I do know it was nice for Koper, and that the cross is handy. Child might be required, we don't know yet. But that connector, that chain of connectors Koper took is in a bit of a stupid spot. As that ramp leads us straight to the southwestern corner of Death Mountain, MiRai takes one look and turns right back around. I have no idea what the Palace of Maze Island is. I don't think Koper even went in. He got the items out of there and left. I don't think he actually walked into the palace, and if he did, I forgot. Did you see it, Patrick?
I didn't either.
Noted. I think this should be Candle for Koper finally. Well, let's just say that it's a game over.
I feel like we're really doing a disservice by not having an embed of MiRai and Koper's video webcams for everybody else.
Oh my goodness, they certainly have some great facial expressions. Neither of them are very happy with the quantity of game overs they've taken on each side. I think Koper's heading back to the east now. Did Koper ever see the connector cave to the east? I don't remember. Oh, he did. He was thrilled he found it. He's gonna go back to the bridge instead, potentially. Not quite. Where is he going? Oh, back to his candle. MiRai's not going exploring with boots, so he's gonna find his, well, he'll eventually find his way to that bridge in the southwest corner, it looks like. Koper is not happy with himself over that death. Should also be Reflect for MiRai. P4 will be a gem for them both. Koper knows, so MiRai doesn't know yet, but we do know that P4 is a very, very fast Karok. It's like 3 rooms in. So that's going to be 1 gem. I don't know that Cooper is necessarily going to go back to that 6. We know it was a pretty... He looked in there earlier. Left, I think, just because he game overed or something. And we know it's a pretty ugly dig given how long MiRai spent in there, so you might not want to do that, but... we also don't know what the full map layout of the East looks like, so who knows what their other gems will be, besides probably P4. Cooper's now done with all items in the West, though. He has seen all of them, he's gotten all his spells, he's seen his continental connectors.
Yeah, I think if I were in Coper's shoes, I would probably go back to P4, take out Karok real quick, and get a level or 2, and then just go to the East and start looking for towns.
Or just go to the East, I guess. You can go back to P4 later. We do know GP's on the West up north there, as Dash is in New Kasuto, just south of the connector cave to the west. We're in the middle of the western edge of the map here.
Magic containers, so Coper's not quite getting that item yet.
No, well, you might, given that this is Sunken P-Back Cave, and we might just have a magic chart here. Okay, MiRai's going to go clear P4 here. Don't know if he'll necessarily stick around to the item, because as we mentioned, he doesn't necessarily need any more items, though hearts would certainly be nice. Assuming they exist. Which apparently they do, at least one of them does, because that's a heart from Coper, one which he will happily take at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. We haven't really seen that many junk items, so it could be that there are heart containers in palaces or what have you.
Mm-hmm. The West certainly had a lot of major items. Hey, Tutor, this is a 4-gemmer. There's Risen P-Back Cave right next to Sunken P-Back Cave. Okay. Biggest problem with this one is just very, very low survivability, even for these two, as that is a death for Coper. What is now 4 hearts for Coper, 3 hearts starting, and 2 lives is proving to be a tough one, even for these two. Okay, it does make it past that first screen now.
It looks like the invisible or the blue MOAs are invincible, which is really awesome with low health.
Alright, Flute there is handy, so that's the only item we hard require that we might hard require at this point. And Coper's gonna get out of here. I hope for his sake there's a palace nearby to update at, because he's on his last life, and it would suck a little bit to get back here. MiRai is somewhere. Oh, and well, speaking of palaces, there's one for Coper. I thought this was mountainous, but this looks... Not honestly sure what this is. And nope, here's P1. That should be a reasonably quick dig. Coper has all the items he wants. He knows... he knows Thunder is somewhere over here, and he has the Child Fruit if required. So he's probably just gonna beat Horsehead and get out of here, assuming he can find Horsehead. That's Dash for MiRai, which Coper chose to skip out on. Attack 3 now for Coper. MiRai is up to 526. Coper 334. Partial power leveling for MiRai, but with a high attack, but having you take some light levels just to not die quite as often in this seed. Coper doing your more typical leveling strategy, and he does not look happy with himself over that death. This should here be the heart imp from MiRai. And this is the non-dead end variant of this room. Jkoper does decide to update, though. Tutor, we've seen GP, it's on the west. We've got Palaces 2, 3, and 5 outstanding. We've seen P1 on the east, Palaces 4, 6, and GP on the west. There's Risen PYK from MiRai, which will give him his loot. No worries, Tutor.
Invincible coconuts too. This could be an ugly cave for MiRai.
Yeah. Jkoper is back to, I think, the starting staircase, the starting elevator shaft. Not quite sure, but of course it's hiding. I'll say. Alright, does find himself a flute. We are still in P1. And yeah, we're back to this room. I think Jkoper found the loop back to the starting elevator shaft, so he's now gonna have to backtrack a few rooms, then trying to find another way through, because whatever route he took to get to where he did, that was not it.
I think he misidentified this room as being the dead end, and up and aid, and then realized this was his only path.
No, I think so, yeah, possibly. Because there's two different variants of this room. There's the vanilla variant, which is a dead end, and then someone was mean and added a community room variant that's not a dead end. And the difference is that there are two enemies standing on the stairs in the non-dead end variant room. Yes, he is not talking about that death either. MiRai is, I lost track of where MiRai's at.
He's about to go into P1 as well, I think.
Okay, because I was looking at Jkoper over here in P1 and I completely lost track of the fact that MiRai's also gotten to the east. And is... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's P1, further south than I thought. Oops. Down in the southwest corner of the map. See how he does in here, because... we know Jkoper got looped around a bit. That's new. I think. Okay, I'm realizing I'm loop from right. He's going to go left now, which should send him eventually on the path. That's basically going to be following Jkoper through here.
Drippers are just 10 suits today, so that's not helpful at all.
No, not at all. And there's Horsehead finally for Jkoper. Attack 5 does seem to be making a noticeable difference in things. Attack 3 is not doing a lot for Jkoper right now. That is his first gem here. Oh, I see what my Jkoper setting was there. Okay. Lost track of rooms a little. Yeah, okay, MiRai needs to head left here at this elevator shaft. Jkoper's looking for the item. I guess because I don't think there's a lot of rooms left in this one. We've seen a pretty good chunk of this place. And he's looking for a heart, I guess? He doesn't need anything else.
Heart or magic container would both be really valuable at this point.
And he gets a magic jar. That's not too bad, yeah. And, okay, no King's Aura skip. This is an OTR. MiRai finds Horsehead a lot faster than Cooper did. And it takes him down a lot faster, too. That attack 5 really doing a lot more work than attack 3. We're back in here, gonna get the item from the old lady. And looks like MiRai's gonna grab... Well, we'll see if MiRai grabs the magic shard here or not. Does look like it. Has, okay, 5th heart container, that's pretty nice actually for Cooper. Also gonna pick up Dash and possibly get the spell tower as well, I think. Who is winning? I'd say probably MiRai at the moment, just based on gem counts. Cobra's seeing Maze Island, but that's also hard according to Forge Gemmer. And MiRai's got the edge on gems put in. They're both kind of similar on Eastern Exploration by and large, just a pea bag there for Cooper. And oh, hi, River Devil here. It matters because they both have the flute, but that's funny. Leading to the desert tile here. This or a desert tile, not the desert tile. Okay. Oh, it is. Oh, magic shard. Alright. Gonna head towards the north, kind of more towards the north. Oh, hey, here's all of the other towns right next to each other. Town Central.
Yeah, this is fortunate because MiRai did not get the child. So he's going to be able to get Thunder and just zip through the rest of this game, I think.
Yep, he is. Cobra's back in P4, so he's going to go clear this. Oh, I think this is 4, unless I've... No, yeah, this is 4. Okay, I was like, did I get my sense of direction right? Yes, yeah. Gonna take advantage of the quick gem, I guess. And get a level out of it. Yeah, that's good for MiRai, because he doesn't have a child that's over on Maze Island, and he hasn't found his way over there yet. That's a bit of a stupid spot. Old Kasuto has shield in it, so life is behind the child today. MiRai's gonna miss it a bit, but he does at least have all the other things for it. This seed. Turok down for Cooper. Unfortunately, I kind of hope for his sake he doesn't try to go into P6, because we know that's a really, really long dig. But we also don't know how long the other palaces will be to clear, because we've still got 2, 3, and 5 outstanding. And there's enough experience for Cooper to go get 2 levels out of here. There's upstab from MiRai. I also see that the Valley of Death has got a left to right pass through cave. I don't we've seen any of those in this part of the map yet, so I'm wondering where that connector's at for MiRai, because he does need to find it. Cooper is going to go for, I think, Magic 5 here. Do you remember the you know the area by the bridge?
Which bridge? To Maze Island, you mean? Or
yeah,
on
the bridge on the eastern continent was, as there's P5 or P2 or 5.
The bridge went from the lower southwest of the western continent to, it looked like maybe the central northern part of the eastern.
Yeah, because there was 2 caves there you mentioned. I thought it was just the one that there too, apparently. One was cave to the Maze Island, the other you said was a pass-through cave on the east. I'm wondering if that's our Valley of Death connector, because I don't remember which way that pass-through went.
The pass-through at the top went north and south.
Okay, so it's not that either. I'm not sure where our Valley of Death connector is then, because I don't see it. We do have the flag. We do have the flag in this tournament for connector caves to go where they look like they're going. Or doesn't necessarily need said connector, but it doesn't necessarily need a Valley of Death Palace. It is just something I'm netting. He's gonna try and clear this 2 or 5. I don't know which one it is. Cooper is still in P4. I'm not sure why. He's looking for his next. He's looking for attack 5 here, but it's a pricey one. He's also seeing this lovely item room, where you cannot get the item from the top, as that's just a blue jar. And with that, he has just lost 1500 experience and the game over. But he is out of there at least. Feels bad though. And back to 6 for him. This will be a gem for him. It's just going to take a while. Unfortunately, we know from MiRai that Barba was pretty varied. Unless Cobra gets lucky and routes it very differently from how MiRai routed this half an hour ago, he's going to be here for a while.
We've got an item from MiRai coming up if he wants it.
He doesn't. Here's a hammer for Cooper. And yeah, I would have been surprised if MiRai tried to go for that P-Pack. He doesn't really need one particularly. Yeah. I don't know which of Tier 5 this is, but this is the most accessible palace for MiRai. He can't seem to find the Valley of Death connector. I don't know where it is. And he has no idea how to get to that Death Maze Island, and it doesn't. And so he's here looking for whatever this boss is, and whichever palace this is. I didn't catch the statue at the front. Cooper is going to be lost in 6 for a while. Do you have any idea where Barba was? Because, MiRai left here 20 minutes ago. I have no idea where he was.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm using up too many brains trying to talk and track and just watch. So I'm.
Oh yeah, thanks for doing the tracking, by the way. Even getting the zipper, I remember to click. Much appreciated. And chat saying it's 5. Didn't get the statue at the front. I don't think we've seen windows, so I don't know for sure. It seems like it's 5 with how long it is. It is, but no guarantees.
Yeah, but I mean, the real point is just it's the most accessible palace, and at this point for MiRai, that makes beats out.
It's
trying
the
to
best
search
choice, yeah.
2's a long palace anyways, so may as
That
well do
is true.
5 and hope you get lucky.
Yeah, 2's a long palace, and he has no idea where these islands at. It's either 2 or 3 in Valley of Death, the other in Maze Island, because Cooper never checked the Maze Island palace for whatever reason.
Or we weren't paying attention, but
Or that. And that's
this is 5.
I think, for those windows, yeah. Palaces 5 and 6, certainly long, as they tend to be. Cooper is building back up to that 2200 experiences. Cooper as MiRai's finally found Guma. I remember this room from MiRai. Cooper's trying to get the Iron Knuckle to jump in the lava, and that Iron Knuckle's not having it. Ooh. And Cooper looks really mad at himself over that game over, that death, which is not yet game over. He did get it from somewhere. Hey, Elendar, yeah, this is a 4-gemmer. 3 hard start, 2 lives. They've been dying a lot.
MiRai just made a mistake there. He didn't take the level after Guma and didn't get enough for 2 levels from the experience, so he just took only 1 magic level instead of 2.
Yeah. MiRai's off to GP now and just needs to head on up over there. It's up in the northeastern part of the map. Here. That.
Alright, 4830 looks like.
Yep. Cooper, I guess, just took longer to explore the west. We did yell at him about spending way too long up north, and I think that's a big reason why he's behind.
Yeah, Cooper kind of took the opposite path to MiRai and didn't get the candle early, didn't get the raft early, and that just kind of set him back where MiRai was able to grab a few things more quickly.
Because Mariah spent a good while in 6 earlier, but now Cooper's doing the same thing and having about as much luck. So I think that's about a net 0. Chicken Squad is turning out in force here for Mariah. Not a few options off this elevator, none of which look fun. Yeah, it's unlucky on that 50-50. And there's Barbara for Cooper. I think he might have saved a little time perhaps on Mariah in 6, but this is still a pretty big time sink. The better question is, can he get back to the... Now, does he go back to the east, try to find another palace, or does he go back to Maze Island and go clear whatever palace is there? Because he still needs his 4th gem after this.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard decision for him because he also needs to decide if he wants to look for Thunder, Shield, and Life, or Upstep.
Because he hasn't found any of the other towns because they're all together, and he never quite got over there to that part of the map. Yeah. And there's a tech fly for Cooper, finally. Tudor, it's not that bad to get to Maze Island. You go south from... You go south and west from Start, take the bridge tile in the far southwestern corner, and that gets you over to a segment of the east with the Maze Island cave, the cave to Maze Island just over there. So you didn't need to take, I think, 1 or 2 encounters to get there. It's not the worst. He at least knows where it is the big thing. I don't know why he's not placing the gem at this point. Is it really worth grinding for the extra couple hundred experience here? 20-point T-Mag is not what he wants.
Yeah, especially because he has 1 more gem to place. I think this is a mistake. He needs to be moved.
So too. He's also on his last life, yeah. There's that too, Trails noting, and he lost his experience from the previous palace because he was trying to get an extra experience for a level and just kind of didn't. Lost about 1,500 experience there, and still 123 short right now.
There is a P-Bag in this room.
There is. It might be enough to get him over that threshold. And he is going to go for it now. Okay. Oh, that's good. 500. Going for attack 6 here, which is a choice. I might have gone like a little higher life levels. Z2R have everything in this seed. But we'll see. That goes for him.
Yeah, I think here attack 5 has to be good enough. You need to build up life and magic to be able to last long enough in Great Palace. I mean, MiRai's at 557, still having a hard time.
Sure. Because Attack 5 we've seen is doing decent damage at least. It's not spectacular, but it's decent enough to be manageable. I've also lost track of where MiRai's at in GP, so he is somewhere. And this is back to the east for jkoper. Forgot that the connector cable's right here. Since it would take him a bit longer to get over to back to Maze Island. So we know he basically needs to head straight east from here, more or less, to find the cluster of towns. It's a downstab block from this direction from MiRai. Oh, okay, maybe not straight east. Somewhere up here. Ah, it's just past the river double. Connector for jkoper doesn't do a whole lot of anything at this point. And he's not checking that river double yet, which we know is, unfortunately, there's basically nothing else down south here where I looked earlier. And then this passer cave, which I guess he'll take to get over to the southeastern part of the east. Not sure there's going to be much of anything down in this on the other side of this connector, but he is going through it. And well, that's GG's, because MiRai's just found Darklink. Is this a completely segmented bit of the east here for jkoper? Got a big old swamp, that's for sure. And that's GG's to MiRai, who's going to finish up 54-24. Very nice.
Yeah, that was a tough one. So.
That was a tough one for sure. Anyway, here's P2 for jkoper, who has now seen the forfeit and is going to call it quits. Going to rouse P5, I just got lost. Meh. Alright, so let's see if we can. These two want to interview. Looks like MiRai will be joining us in a minute or two. We'll see on jkoper. Scene. Yeah, what a seed. Very, very trolly. Did not want you to survive through anything, apparently.
Yeah, these are those seeds that make Max Rando so difficult sometimes. You can get a really free one, but sometimes they're just a slog.
This was later, for sure. Um,
On the bright side, though, I think these are the sorts of seeds where you don't feel like it's down to luck. There's a whole lot of skill involved when you're doing these, as opposed to like a zero gem seed.
oh, for sure, because zero gem is oftentimes just, do you find the thing and get, and, not die enough to get to GP? Get through GP, or, because there's a lot more variability in low gem seeds.
Yeah, there weren't really any hard item blocks aside from maybe the boots. This really was just, who can survive the longest and get through the palaces and navigate the best.
Yeah, and we are now joined by jkoper. GG's jkoper.
Thanks. I'll just wait for MiRai.
Alright, sounds good. Yeah, he'll be joining us in a minute. And there he is, speaking of. Hey, MiRai, GG's.
Hello, thank you, GG, jkoper.
GG. That was really rough for me. I still had another gem to place. And, yeah. So, I guess I wish I would have done, or checked the palace that was in Maze Island while I was there. But anyway, I died a lot, and it was hard to get anything done. And I was also having trouble trying to figure out leveling. But, yeah. What sort of levels did you go into GP with? Was it difficult at all?
It was 557. I'm looking at it right now. With the 2 lives, I mean, you're always concerned. We just talked about this. Elendar and I talked about this in the previous race today that we calmed that they had 2 lives on. It's just you go into these GPs and you have no idea really what to expect. And I saw multiple junctions and I really had no idea which way to go. It could have been rough. I ended up hitting the community. There's a like the Eon drop is a pass-through room and it's a drop room. And there's a community drop room that's like that as well. That's a pass-through and also a drop. And I tried to go, a blue bird knocked me into the pit and it literally just happened to be the right way to Darklink. It was literally directly to Darklink at that point. So it was just sheer luck at that. Like, I don't know which way I would have chosen beyond there, but there were like 7 different directions for me to go.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
But, good.
no, you can go start.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
go ahead.
MiRai. That's us.
Okay. I was going to say, the start was rough for me as well. The 3 hearts, the 2 lives, but man, I felt bad because I went into 6 there in the northwest of the West. I went into 6, and man, was that a hell of a linear palace. And I made it to like 3 rooms before what was essentially Barba, I believe, and 3 or 4 rooms, and I game overed. I almost had my attack level. I was so upset at that point. I'm like, man, this is such a huge palace. Should I go back in there? What are the other palaces on this continent? Because I hadn't seen anything else yet other than 6. Happened to be 4 in GP, both of which I couldn't do until it got reflect out of Saria. But man, that felt really bad from the beginning, and I was just really, really concerned from that point forward. Like, if you were right there and then you didn't end up game overing, that this could have been different, because even the East was a little fragmented for me. Like, there was a lot of the East I didn't see. I never saw Maze Island, so I was kind of looking for that as well, poking my head around. I saw I knew it was a cave somewhere, but I don't know where that was.
Yeah, so Maze Island was, if you go into the second entrance to the east.
MiRai never found that either, so...
Yeah.
Well, I found a cave and a bridge to the east.
No, there's a bridge, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, you need to take the bridge in the far southwest corner of the West. Hard boots walk for the fun of
Yeah.
for fun. And then it leads you to like a teeny tiny segment up just north of that Valley of Death, where you find, I think it was a passer cave to who knows where, and the cave to Maze Island.
I knew I should have checked that cave. There are 2 caves right there in my sight, and I should have just walked in and just looked into them.
Yeah. The one was on the desert path, and you had to go through the Darunia encounters to get there. But then Maze Island was right there.
Okay.
Yeah. Couple times. Anyway, I wasn't even close to done. So yeah, I got other things I need to do before my next race in an hour and a half. But yeah, it was a big struggle. I as far as I'm concerned, I didn't handle it that poorly because I didn't have any like really terrible game overs. I had some bad game overs, but
You both did.
I minimized the impact of them. Like I tried to wait until I got like down stab and I got sufficient life levels to survive some caves. But otherwise, I was going into a cave, losing a life, and then going back to a palace and up and a lot of time to get my life back, so that I didn't have a game over like far away from start. And then, that was tough. Like, we had 2 lives and 3 hearts, and the life leveling, life effectiveness was very bad until like life 3 or 4. So, yeah, and then attack was also pretty weak, I think, until like attack 4. So yeah, it was a rough combination.
Really, these are the types of starts that I kind of hope for when it comes to the randomizer, because I feel like these are the ones that I'm stronger at overall. But that, it doesn't have to be the case. I could have taken twice as many game overs. I could have just ran into because it's dangerous, right? I'm better at these, but it's also kind of dangerous to. It doesn't mean it's free by any means. And Yeah, no, I was concerned because I was also getting beat up in the beginning too, and I was thinking, man, if jkoper just finds something that I don't find or something early on, that it could have swung it. Like I almost missed the magic key there on the grass tile. It was kind of right there. I was in that area and I game overed, and then I went back that area, but I took a slightly different turn, and there was the grass tile and there was this magic key, and I was happy to see that, but that could have been potentially missed because there was a big swamp there, and yeah, just little things like that you really concern yourself with when you're running these. But again, with that game over in P6, the fact that I had to dig P5, I chose P5 as my fourth palace instead of going to Death Valley, which I would have had to have backtracked for. I went into P5 to find Guma, and oh my God, was that dude buried as well. And I was on my last life. I had life 7 at that point, I believe, and that's when I shield and stuff. So it wasn't too big of a deal, but it was my last life on Guma, and I really didn't want to have to go back to him after screwing up in 6. So yeah, dude. I mean, you took me out. You took me out last Max Rando tournament. I mean, there's still plenty of races left. We'll probably run into each other again, but you took me out last Max Rando tournament. So I had to at least even it up here.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to know what. I'm curious what Patrick thought of this seed, since he was.
Yeah, I kind of agree with MiRai. I think this seed was really well suited for like a 2-0 race where it involves a lot of skill, a lot of being able to survive at low resources, and it did minimize the luck to some degree. I think MiRai had a little bit better early luck finding the candle early, so the caves were easier with all the red Dairas, but yeah, I thought this was exactly the kind of seed I would want to see for this sort of match.
Yeah. Did you wish you were playing?
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, thank you, Star and Patrick, for helping out tonight, and thanks, MiRai, for the race, and thanks everyone for watching. And I guess we'll have another race here in this game shortly. But I've got a race in another game, and I've got some other stuff to do before then. So thank you all so again. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Good game, both of you, and good luck with your next matches.
Yeah, GG's, guys.
Thanks.
Yep, thank you, GG jkoper again, and I'll just echo what he said as well. Thanks for the restream, and I'll be back here with Star, either this channel or the next channel. I'm sure she'll fill us in.
So yeah, GG's to our 2 runners, jkoper and MiRai. Thank you, Patrick, for joining me on comms. Good luck to everyone in their future matches. And this will be it here for us for just a moment. We are done for this race, but we will be back in about 50 minutes with another race. We've got Level Legend vs. TH coming up at 10 p.m. here on this channel. We'll be back here in a little bit for that. We also have tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a link to pass in the Major Glitches League Season 3 match. Double feature here of the Tower of Hera and Eastern Palace divisions. This is Nyaho versus Ray, and just be Willy versus Tepe. Got also a link to the past randomizer match. Moriel, TBNMG, and a Max Random tourney double feature between Celestial using Elvira and Tiberius, and Chosen Patrick should be a pretty good matchup. And I'll be on CSR2 tomorrow with more stuff coming up throughout the week. If you want action, we have plenty of it. Currently got about half a dozen tournaments going on on CSR right now, so plenty of races to be had. And in the meantime, though, while we go chill out here for a bit between races, we're going to go over and say hi to Cantaloupe. One of the other things that's coming up soon on ZSR is we do have a vanilla multi-category tournament coming up, starting good next month, I want to say, is when that starts. So Cantaloupe is currently doing some practice for some various categories. Currently at the tail end of a new game plus 100% NMG run. Having some fun in GP, so let's wish them luck with that, and we'll see you all here in a bit.